Congratulations, Arvada UMC. We've been 51 years members of your church and my church, and I am so proud to be able to say happy anniversary. We raised our children in this church. Lynette's wedding, our daughter Leanne's memorial, my husband Otis's memorial, and we received so much support. It was tremendous. I was flower chairman for the sanctuary for 49 years, a member of UMW and Priscilla Circle. The support I've received from all my friends at this church is tremendous. I thank you all so much, and God bless you.
My name is Bob Stolte. You might have seen me in Sunday morning service where I try to attend regularly. My history with the Methodist Church goes back my entire life. After my parents moved in to Arvada in 1942, we attended the Methodist Church in Old Town, and I have some indelible memories about that time. One of them was when my parents piled us little kids in the back of the car and headed for downtown Denver. We got caught in a terrible traffic jam. I remember looking out the window and seeing all the cars and hearing all the horns honk and people yelling and singing. Everybody was exuberant. I remember back home when we got the evening newspaper, the front page was on pink paper, and it said, they told me later, "Japan surrenders, the war is over." And my parents were, like everyone, thrilled and relieved, and they decided that it was a good time to have their little kids baptized. And so we did. We went down to the Methodist church. My dad was raised a Methodist. His father actually built the Methodist church in Cedar Ridge, Colorado. And they made it a point to have us baptized all together. And Reverend Swan, I believe, was the minister at the time, and he did the baptism. And I remember the precise moment that he touched my head with that water. And that was a thrill in my life. Since then, the church has been a big part of my life. I attended there regularly, and after others in my family decided to take another path, I went with my grandmother, who had moved in to an apartment above my parents' home in 1952. And she and I went to church every Sunday morning, except a few times when she went downtown Denver to go to her old church. And then I went by myself. In 1981, my father was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and he passed away on December 2nd of that year. During that time, Reverend Hannah was a great comfort to me and my family. And after the experience we had with him, he became a very good friend and a very good role model for me. And he got me involved in the church at that time. I served on the maintenance committee, partly because of my background in architecture, and I was trustee for 2 terms. Then Reverend Hannah asked me to work on a project for him. He wanted to build a stone marker for the corner of the church parking lot, and I designed it. My brother-in-law, Bud Capps, built it. We worked on it together to do the finished sign you see today in the corner of the parking lot of the church, and Reverend Hannah was very pleased. There's a time capsule behind that marble slab in the front of the sign, and I built it out of oak and did the decorations on it. We decided that was a good time to have our children baptized, and so we did. and they were all baptized at AUMC on Easter 1982, and Reverend Hannah did the service. After Reverend Hannah retired, Reverend Charles Schuster came on the scene. And shortly after that, he had a dream. His dream was a center. He asked me to serve on the building committee for the center, and I served proudly as the chairman of the building committee for 10 years. It was a real struggle, but we stuck with it, and the center we enjoy today is the result of it. Roger Weishart served along with our architect Peter Hines and his consultants and shepherded the construction through, and we were all very proud of the result. My youngest son, Stanley Matthew, named after my father, Stanley, attended CU and got his degree in physics and math, and then went on to study theology at Iliff, where he encountered Charles Schuster many times again as a teacher, as a friend, as a counselor. And Matthew, during that time, served as intern minister at AUMC, and I got to fulfill a bucket list item by listening to him preach a sermon. In the 90s, our experiences with the Arvada United Methodist Church continued. Our son Josh was married to his lovely wife Sandra. The vows were given by Chuck Schuster and a Catholic priest. That was a first, we understand. In 1994, my oldest son Eric was diagnosed with AIDS.
And
Reverend Schuster was a great comfort to us during that time, and Eric passed away later that year. Charles saved my life. He counseled me, he comforted me and my family over and over and never let us down. I see the future of our church optimistically. I believe these times that we're going through, so difficult and causing so much heartache and such a very troubling time for us, but I believe we will learn from it. I believe we will grow from it. Our technology will improve, our communications will improve, and our attitude about life will improve. And when we get past the current crises that we're in, I believe the future is bright. I have faith in AUMC. I believe in AUMC. I love the people at AUMC, and it's one of the most important parts of my life. Thank you very much.
congratulations to Arvada United Methodist Church for 150 years of life-changing ministry. And here's to many more years of being God's light on the hill.